everybody?
He's there.
Oh, there we go. Let's make sure I'm on the right Wi-Fi. Yes, good to go. All right. Oshachi, you're the first one here. Welcome to the party. What is up, everybody? Sink. What's up, everyone? This is Mark here. We're going to talk programming, app development, freelancing, web development, back-end development, whatever you'd like to talk about today. Today's specific topic is, can freelancers make $250,000 a year? Ooh, isn't that interesting? What's up, Bissing? What's up, bored little ghost? Good to see you here. What's up, everybody? Web development, yo, freedom. Yo. Feel free to ask any questions about programming, technology, app development, things like that. Lon Ray, can freelancers make $250,000 a year? Yes, that's the topic for today. The short answer is yes. We're going to talk about this today. Is it better to work for a company or be a freelance iOS developer? That's up to you. Is Flutter freelancing hot? You can be a highly successful Flutter freelancer building apps for clients. Freelancing in what language? It's not so much about language. When you're a freelancer, okay, let's talk freelancing, ladies and gentlemen. When you are a freelancer, it is not about language. It is not about the codes. It is about providing solutions to your customers, to your clients, providing value. When you go to a meeting with a client, a prospective client, you don't say, "Dear kind sir, I can kindly develop in PHP, MySQL, blah, 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 blah." Don't ever say things like that because nobody cares. They're not hiring a programmer. They're hiring someone to build something for them, the solution that they want. Okay? So that's what it's about. It's not about the language. You pick a niche, something that you can master and get good with. Yeah, you could totally be a software engineer who just takes on any project and you do hourly and you build all kinds of things. You could totally do that, but you're going to have a miserable life, okay, as a freelancer, because that means the client is running your schedule, all right? So if you want to have success and make that $250,000 a year, listen up. I'm gonna talk about this here. Let's talk about what bad freelancers do. Bad freelancers, when someone posts a job like on Upwork or somewhere else, they just send a message and apply for it. "Hey, sir, I understand your requirements. I can completely do this. Please check out my portfolio." That's the absolute worst thing you could ever do, ever. Thanks, Mohammed. That's the worst thing you could do. What is freelancing? Freelancing is working for yourself. It's doing work for clients instead of working for a company, okay? The worst thing you could do is just apply to every job, okay? That's what bad freelancers do. Bad freelancers or inexperienced freelancers, they take on hourly projects. So they'll go like on Upwork.com and there's a project that says $15 an hour, you know, long-term or short-term, and they work hourly. First off, that's no better than just working a job at a company. And secondly, you don't get paid as much. You're actually going to get paid less because the client's going to work you to the bone. They're just going to keep working you. All right. So let's recap here. Inexperienced or bad freelancers apply to every job. They go broad, and inexperienced or bad freelancers take on hourly projects. Okay. Now, if you're brand new and you're just trying to get your confidence and close your first job, yeah, go ahead and do hourly. Go ahead and take a small project, $500, $1,000 to get confidence. Okay. So that's what bad freelancers do though. Okay. They take hourly projects. Let me tell you what a good freelancer does. And this isn't for everybody. This isn't for everybody because you have to change your way of thinking. Actually, let me take one more step back. There's a third type of bad freelancer, okay? A bad freelancer is somebody who also builds anything that somebody asks them to build. So the reason why this is bad is because you lose control. You lose control of your time. You lose control of the project. If somebody just wants to build random software, okay, you never know how your time is going to be spent, okay? You could be trapped in a 6-month project and things could become a nightmare. You've lost control. So don't just take on any project, okay? Thanks, Corbin. Still good to see you. Let me just tell you what good freelancers do. No, I'm gonna say highly successful freelancers do. And I hope you're recording this. This will be on YouTube for a few days, but listen up. This is what highly successful freelancers do. They go narrow, as narrow as possible. So let's say that you are a full stack web developer. You know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Node, and Express. A bad freelancer would just apply to a bunch of jobs and say, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. And then you have a discussion, you take on hourly or even a fixed project. That's bad. You're just applying everywhere. A good freelancer goes very narrow. Before you have applied for jobs, you have decided who you want to be. Okay? Even before you've applied to one job, you've decided who you want to be. You need to go onto Upwork and on Fiverr, and you need to research all of the top projects and gigs, the things that are being requested the most. But that's not all. You can also be smart about it. Go find the types of jobs where you know the people have money. For instance, if somebody posts a job saying, I have an app idea and I'd like to find a developer to create it, yes, you could apply for it, but that person probably doesn't have money. They're going to say, $500 in revenue share? Yeah, good deal. Very good deal. Very bad deal. No, you could target people that have money. So in my case, like if I was going to become a freelancer again, like I used to do, the reason why I don't do this is because I own a company. I run a business now. That's why I don't do this, but I used to. I personally would go find people who are looking for landing pages, people who are looking for like sales stuff, like I need to get a shop live, things like that. And I'd look for general posts from businesses, like small businesses or medium businesses, because I know they have money, okay? So what I would do is I would get really good at one thing. So in my case, I would target people who have money in the marketing world because those guys have a lot of money, all right? And so I would say I build highly optimized landing pages that bring 25% more conversions than the standard WordPress page, 25% more conversions than the default Shopify pages. Your pages will rank better on Google because all of my websites run at 95% on the Google Speed Checker. It also runs on mobile. I also integrate Stripe into your project so you can make financial transactions. Okay? I do all of this. It comes with 3 pages. I build you 3 pages. It comes with all of those things, and it's $10,000, and I deliver it within 7 days. Okay? You're selling something to somebody who needs it. I would come in with a very specific niche. If somebody's like, hey, I want to put together a fan website, you know, for Naruto, and I'd love to hire you for that, you're going to say no. That's not what you focus on. Even though you could build it, you're going to say no. Okay? That's not your focus. Your focus is not building anime fan sites. Your focus is closing deals for marketing pages. To be the freelancer who makes $250,000 a year, that's what you got to do. Now, could that be boring? Yes, it could. I'm strictly talking about money. This is all about the cash here. I'm not talking about your joy or your desire to build different things. Okay, that may be you, and there's different paths for that. But if you're somebody who wants to be a 250K programmer living the good life, cash, I'm just talking about cash here, okay? You have to pick a niche. And yes, you will build similar projects over and over. That's the downside, right? You're going to build the same projects over and over. But if you get paid $10,000 for 7 days work, do you think that's a pretty good deal? I think that's a pretty good deal. Imagine closing 3 of those, okay? Imagine closing 3 of those in a month. That's $30,000 in a month. People do this all the time, okay? Now, you're probably sitting here saying, that's not true, Mark. I have applied to 50 jobs and got nothing. And you know what I'm going to say? It's because you said, dear kind sir, I know PHP, MySQL, Node, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and I can build website to your requirements. That's what you sent, and that's why you didn't get the $10,000 job. So you pick a niche and you go narrow, super narrow. You charge a premium price and you add value to the business. Now, in the beginning, you got to build all that stuff, right? So if I wanted to add Stripe integration, I don't want to custom code that every time. I'm going to build an API and a server that has Stripe integration so I can just plug it in. All those pieces, I'm going to have it plugged in. You're trying to optimize your time. So we're specifically talking about how to make $250,000 a year, how to make $300,000 a year. That's how you do it. You don't do it by hourly, and you don't do it by taking on any project. Okay? So that's the soapbox there for $250,000 a year. I'll end it there. But I do want to say, if you would like me to coach you on this every single week, join the DevSlopes Academy. We train you in web development, iOS development, or Android development. And then we coach you. We have weekly code meetups as well as weekly freelance coaching meetups. And we actually help you make money. That's devslopes.com/apply. If you would like to pay me to yell at you, go to devslopes.com/apply and I'll help you make money too. Let me look at some of the questions here. Citizen Lou, you have to learn how to say no. That's true. You have to say no lots of times or you're not going to make money. Okay? You're going to kill yourself. All right? It's going to be awful. You have to say no to things that don't fall within your niche. How many hours do you recommend to dedicate to learn a data program? 2 to 3 hours is what we have our academy students do, 6 days a week. That allows them within 8 to 12 months to be job ready. I hope you have a good day. Thanks. I saw that. What career path can you take with Python? So many. Data science, full stack web development, so many things. Best way to start with web development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. There's a job I saw that you take a 6-month course and if you pass, they guarantee a job. That's cool. But let me just tell you one thing, Caden, that I have learned being in this industry. Guarantees are bogus, completely bogus. Every boot camp cooks the books, okay? Every single one. They will hire their own students and call job placement rates. They will hire former students as their teachers, right? Like everybody cooks the books in that industry. Or some of them are, what is it called? Ageism. Some of them only let you go in person and you have to quit your job to go there. So only like 18 to 22-year-olds can do the program. And so, yeah, they say we have high placement rates. Well, that's because you're not training 30 and 40 and 50-year-olds. Like anyone who has to quit their job, like they're not training, right? So all that stuff's not always like feasible or believable. At DevSlopes, we don't guarantee anybody anything except this. We say, if you do the program and put in 2 to 3 hours a day, we will work with you until you are a paid developer. That's our guarantee. If you show up, we will keep helping you until you succeed. Boot camps kick you out, all right? And don't ever do an income share agreement. Don't put yourself as an indentured servant for the next 5 years of your life. That's insane. We try to help our students make money while they're in the program, make their money back, okay? Have you ever worked on Fiverr? I do have a Fiverr account. I started it from scratch doing writing, and I've made like $300 on it. What happened was somebody here on my live stream, this is my voice, they said, Mark, you cannot succeed on Fiverr as a new person. No, this is all lies. This is all nonsense you're teaching us, because I was talking about Fiverr. And I said to him, you know what? I'm going to create a Fiverr account and I'm going to show you. And so I did. And I made $300 on Fiverr like in 2 weeks, just doing tiny little things like little writing projects. Anybody can succeed on anything if they pitch the right way. Joshua, you said, I applied to DevSlopes, but apart from email response, nothing else. I'll ping them, Josh. I'll tell them, I don't know what happened. I'll tell them to get in touch because you're here all the time. I'll tell them Josh is showing up. Why are you not responding? Okay, you have programs in Swift and Kotlin. What's your thoughts about Flutter and React Native? Which one do you think's better? I personally think Flutter and Dart is a far superior platform. I've used React Native extensively. There are so many problems, compatibility issues with JavaScript libraries and things like that. Even out of the box, React Native does not run. You cannot just click run on a project and it won't work. It literally won't work. Even if you follow their tutorials, it does not work. Like that's how different night and day Flutter is from React Native. It's so much more clunky. Flutter, you literally can go into a project, click run, and it runs. And it's so easy to use. It's like so amazing. I love Flutter and Dart. Okay. Freelancing is only for experienced developers or also for juniors? Yeah, entry level. Freelance is for everybody. Because when you go to apply for a full-time job, you've got all these people interviewing you and questioning your skills. With freelancing, all they want to know is if you can do what they need. They're not saying, okay, well, you know, what's a retain cycle in Swift? They're not saying, what is this keyword for in JavaScript, right? No, they're saying, I need somebody who can build me a page that looks like this. And then you show them an example of something you've built that looks like that. And they say, oh my gosh, that's what I need. And you close the deal. Oh, it's absolutely for junior people. In fact, at DevSlopes Academy, our program, devslopes.com/apply, we have all of our students do freelancing so they can fill up their resume. It's the best place to start because if you don't have job experience, it's really hard to get a full-time job. Freelancing is the bridge for that, okay? Let's see here. Would you get into the business without sales skills? Would you get into the business? Okay. If you cannot talk to people and you are an introvert and the thought of having a phone call makes you sick, you will never be a successful freelancer. You should go do a full-time job. It's just the way that it is. You've got to talk to people on the phone. If you were scared to death and you don't want to do that, getting on a phone would terrify you. You can't be a freelancer. But it's no big deal. Go get a job. Freelancers cannot really estimate the time required to get the job done. So yeah, with software, it can be a nightmare, right? Because someone gives you a project and you got to estimate it and maybe you're wrong, maybe you're right. That's why you pick a niche as a freelancer. Freelancing is about making money, right? And optimizing your time. Like you're not, let's be real here. You're not going to invent some new cool thing as a freelancer. You're not going to write the next most efficient algorithm as a freelancer. No one's going to question your code. No one's going to make you better. That's all on you. Freelancing is 100% about money and cash. Okay, let's get that clear. Freelancing is about money. It's not about becoming a better engineer because you won't. You need a job and amazing engineers to mentor you to become a better engineer. Freelancing is not the place to do that. Freelancing is about cash, okay? That's why you pick a small niche and you get really good at it and you charge a high price. If you want to be the next amazing engineer and build meaningful things and you just love being in the code, go work for a company. You're going to get all of that, okay? So you don't need sales skills to get a job in software development. Not a full-time job at all, for sure. If we're talking about freelancing, yeah, you do need to have the ability to talk on the phone and close a deal. You don't have to be crazy with sales. You just need to be able to sell value. All right. How can I make more money with freelancing when I don't even get a job on Upwork where I submitted hundreds of personalized proposals? All right, I'm not going to answer that question, Donut. You're going to have to rewatch this. I covered this in detail about 10 minutes ago. In detail, okay? Rewatch this stream to answer that question when it's done. It'll be done soon. What industry sectors make good niches for freelance app developers? It doesn't matter, Floyd. You just pick something and get good with it. Pick e-commerce, you know, or WordPress, or, you know, sales pages, or it could be anything. For instance, right now with sales and marketing, we always have these problems as marketers where, like, tracking Facebook pixel, Google pixel, where did the links come from? You know, UTM tracking, like, that's a big problem. People need to know where people are coming from so we can know which ads to turn on and off. You could provide solutions like that. You could say, I build an all-in-one UTM tracking solution with Stripe integration, active campaign integration. You sell this package for $10,000 to entrepreneurs so they never again have to code that stuff. You can do anything. Okay, remember, we're talking about making money as a freelancer, the big bucks, right? Forget about all the things that are like the most popular, because there's gonna be a lot, like general WordPress. I need some WordPress updates on my website. There's gonna be 5,000 developers who are gonna apply for that. Pick your niche and stick with it. Okay, fewer clients, but bigger paydays. And make sure you charge enough money, $5,000 to $10,000 for whatever you're building, okay? What's your say about buying a course in Udemy before you enroll in bootcamp? I think that's a smart decision. Make sure you like programming. You can't go wrong with a $10 course, right? That's like as much as, you know, buying a Big Mac for, you know, you and your friend, right? Like, that's nothing. Definitely take that before you invest lots of money. Let's see here. Angular or React for front end, they're both great and they're used for different reasons. How to choose a niche in software development and sell a product. Please give an example. Vinay, I did this earlier. I kind of role played this earlier, but I have other streams here on YouTube where I go in depth on this and talk about freelancing. I talk about the different examples and how to close the deals and stuff. You should go back and watch those. We're running out of time here. Let's see. Mean-based, MERN-based, which is best? You're talking about Mongo, Express, Angular, Node. Well, you were just asking really versus React versus Angular. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to use. How can I be a freelance as a junior dev when there are some experienced devs who offer their services with a low payment? Ramses, let my people go. Ramses, I just talked about this like 10 minutes ago. It doesn't matter that there's 10,000 developers, because the 10,000 developers are saying, dear kind sir, please kindly consider me. I can develop in PHP, MySQL, WordPress. I know your requirements and can deliver well. Thank you. Have a nice day. That's what every single person sends, and that's why they don't get jobs. Go back and watch this video when we're done, and I go into this in depth, okay? You're new here visiting this page for the first time. Awesome and welcome. In companies, how to negotiate salary as entry-level front end. So salary negotiation, you don't really need to negotiate. Okay, what you need to do is have confidence in your skill. I mean, Nassar, if you're good, like if you feel like you're good, give yourself the salary that you want and you'll get it. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is say, I need 75,000. I need 85,000. Don't pick something crazy. Don't try and play games. Just the salary that you want, ask for it and you'll get it. Let's just keep it simple. I committed to DevSlips and feel great about the investment after learning JS for 7 months and passing entrance to Galvanize. Then pricing me out was kind of a blessing. Oh, interesting. Well, I'm glad you're having success. Any tips for developers in Africa to get remote jobs in USA? Yeah, it's going to be freelancing. I've worked with developers. I have personally paid developers in Nigeria and South Africa to do work. It's all about freelancing. Do freelancing. You can't work for, most of the time, you can't work as an employee for a company. You'd have to get a visa and come over here. Can you give a good example of a good niche for a freelance data science? So Emilio, I am not a data scientist, but you know what I would be doing? By the way, Emilio, if you're a good data scientist, send me an email, mark@devslips.com. I'm about to hire a data scientist to do some freelance work for me. Send me an email, mark@devslips.com. But Emilio, if you want to be a successful freelancer, you know what I would do? I would focus on medium businesses, and I would create a package. So imagine this, imagine Emilio, or startups. And think of this, or you know what? Here's an idea. People who are about to get investments. So you create an investment data science package. And what you do with my package, here's what I do. I research all the top markets in your space, what kind of revenue they're bringing in. I have 10 different listings of your competition. And you know, their ranges of revenue. I will list down your market opportunity. I will list I will list opportunities that have room for growth, you know, that aren't being tapped into yet. And I will list trends. Like, you create a package and base it around what a startup would need to get an investment. So this startup's going to go get $2 million or $5 million, right, from investment, and they need a data scientist to help them. Like, this is something that, by the way, I'm telling you what we're hiring a data scientist for, you know, because we're going to be going and getting investments soon. And we're putting together a package, pro forma and things. And, you know, you put a package together, and that's who you sell it to. And you put a price tag on it, like $5,000. Now, don't put it on the price tag if you talk to me, because I'm giving you this advice for free here. But $5,000, right, or $2,000, whatever. And you make this, you get really good at it. You know, and then when you start having success, you say, I helped this company raise this money, this company raise this money, and you come in with a $5,000 package. And you get so good at it that it only takes you, let's say, a day or 2 days to do it and turn it around. That would be pretty cool. You could do stuff like that. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm kind of losing my voice here. It's 4 o'clock. I'm going to wrap this up here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to work with me and my team one-on-one, devslopes.com/apply will train you and help you get paid work. What would you recommend someone to specialize in blockchain? Best place to start, Ethereum, Solidity. I know some smart contract developers who make like $300,000 a year. So yeah. So anyway, if you want to work with me, want me to help you make money, devslopes.com/apply. I do this Monday through Friday at 3:30 p.m. These live streams, Central Standard Time. Today's Friday, so I won't be here until Monday again. So thank you, everybody.